I love emailing because you really can keep in touch with everyone, but sometimes I find that it gets in the way and you don't bother getting together with people because you're too busy sitting on the computer writing to them.
I think I'll invite two of my favorite guys over for a healthy and fun menu of all stuffed food.
Stuffed cabbage, leafy layers of Savoy cabbage with a savoury meat filling. Tied fish, a vegetable and shrimp stuffing sandwiched between fillets of fish, then tied with string. Stuffed peppers, an orange pepper bed for tapenade, basil and tomato. Stuffed prunes, sticky black prunes stuffed with a crunchy toasted almond and wrapped in salty bacon. And pistachio stuffed figs and apricots. I'll just write them an email and ask them.
I see you again, making the time again, seeing the signs again. Come over, and we'll meet again. Da da da, da 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 da. Bow down, do do.
Having a bit of a party tonight, and we're eating all stuffed things. French recipes that won't leave you stuffed, but are stuffed themselves. Stuffed cabbage, leafy layers of Savoy cabbage, put all back together in a cabbage shape with a savoury meat filling. I'm going to need some pork, nice pork sausage. You can just buy them in the casings and squeeze them out. First, just heat some oil. This is olive oil and butter together. And onion and shallot for the base. I'm just sauteing the onions and shallots together on gentle heat. I want them soft but not brown. Once the onions and shallots are soft, you can add garlic. These are just cremini mushrooms, sliced, and I took the legs off. That's about a cup of cut mushrooms. Salt and pepper. This is just the core from the cabbage. They use the leaves to wrap all the stuffing in, but the inner core, which is yellow, you can just shred. Just want that soft. This is just a bit of white bread, which I've got soaking in milk. And just cook it until the milk evaporates. And it's going to disappear in this mixture. And adding bread just loosens it up, because if you don't have anything in the sausage, it will cook together in really quite a tight, hard ball. And you want it very delicate. Just a teaspoon of quatre épices. It's a typical French spice mixture. White pepper, clove, ginger, and nutmeg. The sausage I'm going to mix here. It doesn't get cooked, but all these other ingredients do. These are plain pork sausages. I'm going to add the flavoring myself. Add this lovely, flavorful accompaniment and mix it through. I love dishes like this too because I always feel like I'm a real cook. Everyone wants to do quick cooking these days, but when you do just quick things all the time, you sort of feel like you're not really involved with your food. And I like to get close to my ingredients. These are Savoy cabbage leaves, and the reason you blanch them is because you want them to be really pliable. That way you can wrap them around the meat into a ball. So they do have this bit of rib here, which you don't have to remove, but I do because I don't really want to run into a rib. I just want that nice light leafiness. And you have to remember to put the nicest side out, which I think is the back side, because it has all these beautiful contrasting colored veins. Then top it with the mixture. Then another layer of leaves. I'm just going in a little bit as I go, so not building up straight walls, but More this way. For the center, you can make a little core, almost like a meatball core. This is just cheesecloth on a towel. One more leaf. Put it in the middle and then just lift it up and just pull the edges together and twist. And then tie the top. You can come with me. Now this is about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of chicken stock, and I've got a steamer set inside it, and you just set your little boule in there, put the top on, and it needs 45 minutes. Once it's cooked through, then you can eat it with a little broth just pooled around it. This has had enough time, surely. Woo. This is what it looks like, a nice round loaf, and when you flip it over, you just get this beautiful little nice rounded top like a cabbage cake. And then you cut it into wedges and you get layers and layers of filling in leaves and filling in leaves. Delicious. That would be perfect, just a little bit around each petit chou. Next, tied fish. 2 fish fillets with a stuffing between, tied neatly with string. If you want an excuse to cook French food, all you have to do is make one up, like I've done. I'm making all stuffed French recipes. It's going to be trout, and then you stuff it with a nice mixture of vegetables and some shrimp, and then you tie it with pretty string. So first I need to make the stuffing. Surprise. It's got shallots, leek, carrot, and celery. More or less equal amounts of all these things. And it's nice because they're ingredients you always have around. Yeah, that didn't take very long. And it's very fun to play with a big pile of beautifully cut vegetables. I haven't done that in ages. What a thrill. Now, some butter in the pan. Just want to get the butter foaming. And then you add the brunoise. I want these softened and also just to start getting a bit of color. While they cook, I'm going to chop this shrimp. Just take the tails off. They're already cooked. I'm just going to add them at the end. Just a rough chop. Now once they've got a bit of color, just add a splash of wine. And they can finish the cooking in that and they'll get nice and sticky. Salt and pepper, of course. And just cook until the liquid has more or less disappeared. And turn off the heat. Add the shrimp and then some chopped thyme. Now I just need the fish. Cute little fish. I've cut this into fillets and I've kept the tail on. I don't want it just to look like 2 fillets, although if you have any problem with tails, you can get rid of it. Now here's the plan. The plan. A bit of oil on a baking sheet. Just going to do this in the oven. And lay a fillet on it. Salt and pepper. Before you get started, lay 3 pieces of string underneath so you can tie it. Fish sandwich gets a whole new meaning. You want to put a generous layer in between of the stuffing because you want to be able to see it. Season both pieces. And then just tie it to secure. It just needs a very short time in the oven, just long enough to cook the fish and for it to get a crisp skin, and it will look fantastic. It's at 425. See how much nicer it looks with the tail on there and all these cute little strings? It's very tasty because all those vegetables get just nicely caramelized and the skin is just a little crisp. This is going to be a perfect second course after stuffed peppers with tomato and tapenade.
Two of my favorite guys are coming over to be stuffed with stuffed food. These are fun recipes, and they'll leave you hungry for more.
Phew! I had all plans for red peppers and then I didn't have any, but luckily my neighbor had orange ones. So I can carry on with my menu of all things stuffed. Stuffed peppers, an orange pepper bed for tapenade, basil, and tomato. So you want equal halves. Now, well, I was going to use tapenade, but I don't actually have any tapenade or any anchovies. But I have olives and I have garlic. So I'll just make a little olive paste. Tapenade by definition is supposed to have anchovies. I need the oven on, 375. I have to pit these olives, and the easiest way is just to press down and pop the pits out. I guess I don't really need to mix this up, but maybe I'll just stir it together with some oil so it's looser. I better go easy on this garlic. I'm gonna knock everyone over. I just put enough oil in there to moisten it. Now the order of events, first a little salt in the bottom of the peppers. And then the bases get just a spoonful of olive paste, a basil leaf for each one in the bottom of each, and tomatoes. You can cut them in quarters, and then you can fit them in better. 2 little twins tucked into their beds. And maybe just on top a little drizzle of olive oil. And a sprinkling of fleur de sel. And those need, I'd say, at least 45 minutes because you want the peppers soft and shrinking in, and you want the tomatoes really well cooked so that it's easy to cut through. You don't want to fight with it. And you want all those flavors melding together and melting in your mouth.
J'attends qu'on se revoie, que l'on tombe se montrer quand
A little bit of time to kill. It never hurts to fill it with self-improvement.
la 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 qu'on rit de tout ce qu'on voit à table
Having improved myself a little bit, I can make another stuffed thing. Very retro. Bacon wrapped almond stuffed prunes. You need about half a bacon slice per prune. I'm letting the bacon cook as far as I can without letting it crispen. So then the almonds, I'm just going to toast quickly. I'll just stick them in with the peppers. Okay, let's see if these almonds are toasted. Very good. And now, slice into the middle. These ones are pitless. Poke an almond inside each one. I know these are quite hilarious looking, but they show up at French cocktail parties all the time, especially in winter. You just wrap the bacon around them like that. There, those are ready to go. So there's no point heating another oven. I'll just take out the peppers when they're done and then pop in the prunes and they'll be done. I just want them nice and crisp but not shriveled up. Just on time. Nice and crisp, but still plump and sticky with the prunes. Very retro. I like it. I wonder if they'd notice if one was missing. Very rich. Nice crisp bacon, sticky sweet prune, and a little crunchy nut inside. Next, I'm making dessert. Stuffed apricots and figs with pistachios. You can't say French food isn't fun. You have to make it fun. I've got all stuffed recipes. I'm making stuffed apricots and figs with pistachios. So first, some butter. You just cream until smooth, and then add some sugar. Cream those together. And I need ground pistachios. I've got about a quarter cup of butter, a quarter cup of sugar, so I want about half a cup of pistachios. A tablespoon of flour, just to hold it together. Now, 3 little figs. So just cut through them in an X. Just open them out like that. And the apricots you cut in half. I love this electric color combination. And then you feed them each a little spoonful. These just need to be broiled for about 10 minutes. Wild colors. Now, I need to get dressed because these guys are always so picky about me. Cute little stuffed fruits. They look just right. They'll be really juicy and slumpy and nutty. Get those onto plates already. I've made a magnificent stuffed cabbage with savory pork filling. I've made Thai fish, which is a fish fillet with a savory mirepoix. Stuffed peppers with tomatoes and black olives. Stuffed prunes with an almond inside and bacon all around it. And stuffed apricots and figs with a pistachio filling. Now it's time to eat.
Good to see you.
You're more gorgeous.
Oh,
Look at you.
beautiful.
Pink and blue,
I don't
his
think
and
there's
hers.
a competition there.
Come in, have a seat. These are stuffed prunes and one's missing. I don't know why.
Very nice.
These are different things.
So beautiful.
Stuffed peppers and stuffed
Oh, it's beautiful.
poisson.
Beautifully done. I love the little rustic ties there. That's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Stuffed cabbage like you've never seen it. Spicy.
Very nice.
Figs and apricots stuffed with pistachio.
Oh my god, I thought they were tomatoes again. I wouldn't do well in France. Cheers.
Cheers.